Hey video family, happy Financial Freedom Friday. Jasmine here, and I am so excited today because we are joined by the amazing Carter Cofield. If you live in Chicago, you may have seen him on The Jam and ABC7, all over the place, really. But he's here to talk to us today about financial freedom, financial wellness.
Yes.
Hey, okay, so Carter, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so Jasmine, we met in college at the great University of Illinois. So I went there, graduated with my degree in accounting, and then I got my master's degree in accounting, and then I got my CPA, and then I went and started working as a big boy in the real world. It's actually funny, so the reason I chose accounting, and I don't tell people this much, but the reason I chose accounting, because we graduated like 09, right, from high school?
09, yes.
Yeah, and so that was like the recession, so like I was like, I don't want to be broke, so I like literally Googled like what job has the lowest unemployment rate, and CPA was number 1. And I'm like, oh well, that's what it's gonna be. And I was good at math, but like it was just like, yeah, that's what it's gonna be. So
that's interesting.
Yeah, that's what.
Wow, I remember that like the recession, and I was like, I don't want to be broke either, but I never.
No, I Googled that. I don't want to be.
That was very, very smart.
and it kind of worked out. So
okay, wonderful. So how was it being a big boy in the world of accounting?
So like the first week was like cool. Like I made it. I saw my starting salary. I was making more than my parents ever made, and it was cool. It was like I made it moment, right?
Yeah.
But then like 'cause I started working at the KPMG, which is the third largest accounting firm in the world. Huge, right? But then like I was coming to work every day, and I was like, oh, this is it. Like because we were working like 60 to 80 hours a week. Yeah, like my dark days was like 8 a.m. to like 1 a.m. It got bad, but. So I did that for 3 years, and I was like, I don't really want to do this anymore. Like the thing I had worked so hard to get, it was like, oh, this is it. So it was cool, but then I moved over to finance, which I really started to love. I did investment banking, and that was really fun, and I eventually started my own firm after that.
Awesome. So what made you start your own firm outside of like the dark days?
Okay. This is a true story. Okay?
Yes, I need it.
Cool. So I live with my cousin. We live downtown, and one morning as I'm getting dressed for work, he calls me out of his room like, hey, cuz, what's today? And I'm like, it's Wednesday. He's like, oh man, I thought it was Saturday. I'm like, how don't you know what day of the week it is? And his response was, well, because I do what I love to do every day, so the days of the week don't really matter to me. And it floored me. Like as I'm getting dressed for work for a place I don't want to be, and he doesn't even care what day of the week it was, so like, it really opened my eyes. Like, wait a second. There's a world that we can live in where we like love what we do every day, and we're not just looking forward to a weekend.
Yeah.
I had no idea that existed.
Amazing.
So like months later, I went and I quit and started my own business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So you are a financial advisor. Why would someone need a financial advisor?
Well, so here's the thing. We were never taught about money, right? Like we went to a great school, a great college, great U of I, and I. Went through multitude of programs, and I never once had a class about personal finance. Not about balancing a checkbook, not about a credit card, not about investing, real estate, none of this. So, a financial advisor helps you give you the keys to the game. Because money's just a game. If you don't know the rules, you can't win. So a financial advisor a good one, right, should come in, teach you the rules of the game, show you how to implement it in your life. Because being wealthy is not hard. It's just a few simple things to do, and you can be consistent.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So, for me personally, I kind of toggle between like entrepreneurship and my 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what could a financial advisor really like help me with as someone who like goes between both worlds?
Yes, that's a great question. So, can we just talk about the difference between the financial advisor and the financial planner?
Yes.
Really quickly. So,
absolutely.
Because it's a lot of ambiguity. So, a financial advisor typically is somebody that they take your money and they manage it for you. That's cool. I do that, but that's like the minimum of what I do. A financial planner literally takes your life and builds a plan for you to become wealthy and helps you get through that plan step by step.
Okay.
So I designate myself as a financial planner because I'm doing more than just taking people's money and investing it.
Okay.
So just as a quick.
Good to know.
Yeah, good to know. So like, do your research when you hire somebody. But a financial planner can help you in multiple regards, especially when you're doing 9 to 5, and then you have your 5 to 9 where you're still making money in too. So you have like these multiple sources of income, and you want to know, like, should I be saving? Should I be paying off debt? Should I be investing? What should I do? And a good financial planner should come down and say, hey, Jasmine, let's see what's important to you, and let's build a plan. and then we'll just follow the plan, and you'll be good to go.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah. And accountability.
We need that. Okay, so I'm like.
Yeah, and accountability is good too, because you have to plan, but you can easily put it under your bed and not use it. So having somebody to check in, whether it's quarterly, monthly, whatever, to make sure you're staying on track.
Amazing, and I'm glad you brought that up, because we talk about, in the office, we talk a lot about investing our money and versus saving versus paying our student loans.
Yeah.
So
all these financial priorities.
Yeah, so it sounds like I need a financial planner. Okay, cool. All right, so you have your own firm.
Yes.
All right, so what sets Cofield Advisors apart from all the other firms?
Yeah, well, I think there's, I have to smile, no, I'm kidding. But no, I think there's two main things that set my firm apart. One is our unique niche. So if you see it says creative entrepreneurs, and we can talk about what that means and why I chose that niche in a little bit. But the second thing is that we are more than just a financial planning firm. We hold ourselves out as a financial service company because we do financial planning, tax preparation, and then business advisory. Because all our clients are entrepreneurs, so we help them maintain their business as well.
Nice. Okay. So you're passionate about helping entrepreneurs thrive, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Because we need guidance. We really need guidance.
There was not a class that had Entrepreneur 101.
No, not at all.
So,
not at all.
But I absolutely love it. I know everybody has an entrepreneur in them, whether they want to use it or not, but I know everybody has something.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so that's what you're passionate about.
Yep.
But do you also service like employees?
So I don't personally, and for a few reasons. One, it's life as an employee, I'm not saying it's easy, but it's a lot easier than as an entrepreneur. And I have a unique expertise being a CPA and as well as a licensed financial planner to help this group of people that I don't think the financial industry is helping, right? You know, there's a lot of people that help employees, right? Especially like highly paid employees. So they have no problem finding a financial planner. But you're telling me like this entrepreneur that like is doing good, making some good money, but has no idea how to manage taxes, manage their business, reinvest into their business versus investing. They have all these questions. So I wanted to make sure I geared towards a niche that I thought the financial industry wasn't targeting.
Okay. Oof. It's deep. There's just so many things to think about. So can you just kind of like reiterate some of the services that you offer to entrepreneurs?
Yeah, so we can kind of break it down so you can see like, because my ultimate goal is to let an entrepreneur do what they're good at doing and not have to think about the financial tax stuff, right? It's just like, you go do this, we have this. Yeah. So in a summary, what the services is, so financial planning is helping them save their money and invest it, right? That's the easy part. Now, the tax planning and tax preparation, this is implementing year-round tax strategies to lower their taxes as minimal as legally possible, right?
Yes.
Because our biggest expense as Americans is taxes.
Yes.
40% of your income throughout your lifetime is going to go to taxes.
Say what?
40% of your lifetime income is going to go to taxes on average. So that's the tax planning piece. But then there's the business advisory, which is I know that kind of.
Oh, my heart. Okay.
Yes, the taxes is a big expense, right? You want to lower that as much as legally possible. And I believe in paying taxes, but we shouldn't leave them a tip, right? Like this, they get with the bare minimum what they need.
Okay.
And then the business advisory, so setting up an entity, doing their bookkeeping, making sure their business annual renewals is fine. So like literally, if you like sell makeup, do that, and then we handle all the business stuff.
Wonderful. All right, so I think it's a good time to transition to tax.
Yeah, which almost kills you.
Oh my gosh. All right. So, what's a good way to prepare for tax season?
Yeah, so there's a few good things you can do. And right now is actually the perfect time to start because right now, all of the employers, all the bank institutions, they have to send out all your tax documents by January 31st. So right now is a good time to be checking the mail. As documents come in, just take a picture of them and then save them on a file on your computer. Because you don't want to have this drawer of all these documents, right? Take neat pictures, save them in a file on your computer, and then once you have all your documents, which you should have them by like early mid-February, you can start filing your taxes. Now, an employee and entrepreneur are two different things, though. So that's for how an employee, how an employee can easily do it. Though.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's the difference between how an employee would prepare versus how an entrepreneur would prepare?
Yeah, so it's kind of like night and day. So we just went over the basic things that an employee needs to do because they have a W-2, they might have some student loan interest that they might have paid, which their student loan mails them, and then they have like any interest they got from banks or investments. That's like the only main documents they're getting. Entrepreneurs is different. So they have all those, plus they have to send out 1099s to anybody they pay. So they have to send out those by January 31st. They have to look at their P&L reports, which is a profit and loss statement. They have to get that, and if they need that for their taxes, they have to file a business tax return and a personal tax return. So my advice is very simple. If you're an entrepreneur, you do not need to be filing your own taxes. It is better ways in life to save money. That is not what you want to do.
I heard that. All right. Okay. Now, for the people who do prefer to take the DIY approach to filing taxes, what are some risks associated with that?
Yeah, so a few risks is just overpaying taxes, right? Like I can tell you how many entrepreneurs that came to our firm, and I would review their prior year return, and we would do it again for them, and they'd be like a $10,000 refund because they did something wrong, right? So you always have the issue of doing something wrong. The bigger issue is doing something wrong where you underpay taxes and you get audited. Like that's the biggest red flag, right? And hopefully it doesn't happen, but those are some of the risks that you can incur by doing DIY. But if you're an employee, you can do it. TurboTax, these are amazing services, but they are for employees. Like entrepreneurs, I promise you, it's a different thing.
Okay. All right. So if you are an entrepreneur and you were trying to do the TurboTax thing,
stop it.
Stop it.
There are better ways in life to save money.
Okay. Awesome. So if you are an employee and you are going to do your own taxes, what are some things to look out for?
So as an employee, just make sure that you want to make sure your W-2 is correct, because that has the biggest impact on your tax refund or whatnot. So make sure your W-2 is correct. Make sure you're not missing any documents like student loan interest. Mm-hmm. They don't usually mail you documents. They see your email, and most people would just ignore it. Oh. And I know a lot of people forget, because you get like up to $2,500 deduction for paying your student loan interest. And if you just click delete on that email, you're just missing a huge deduction. So, and look out for credits. Like if you're in college or you take some classes, there's a lot of credits for college students. So just make sure that you're doing everything on your part, because guess what? The IRS won't call you and tell you, or email or mail you and tell you that you overpaid taxes. But if you underpaid, they're gonna hit you up. But if you overpaid, they're gonna be like, yeah, don't worry about it. So they won't tell you making a mistake if it favors them.
Okay, so you mentioned deductions and credits.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference there?
Yeah, so it's really simple. I will try to make it simple at least. Deductions are good, credits are great. So a deduction, let's say you get $1,000 deduction, mm-hmm. right? You don't get that whole $1,000 off. You have to multiply that by your tax rate, and that's your dollar for dollar deduction. Okay. So $1,000 deduction, if your tax rate is 25%, your taxes will be lowered by $250. Versus $1,000 tax credit means your literal refund is going to increase by $1,000. Okay. So it's $1 for dollar versus a percentage.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So going back to filing taxes, a lot of people, like I mentioned, have multiple streams of mm-hmm. income. So what's a good way to stay organized?
Got it. So no, this is a great question because I get this all the time. So there are really two main pieces of advice, and that's one, get QuickBooks. Have you heard of that before?
I have heard of QuickBooks.
Okay, so you want to get QuickBooks and you want to get a bookkeeper. Now I'm going to explain what the difference is, because most people think that QuickBooks does the whole thing. Okay. So I think the best analogy, and tell me if this is a bad analogy or not. So I try to say that QuickBooks is like a laundry hamper, right? It keeps a laundry hamper keeps all your clean clothes in one place. Mm-hmm. QuickBooks keeps all of your transactions in one place. But just like a laundry hamper, somebody needs to go in and fold the clothes, match the socks, and things like that. It's not done. And QuickBooks just holds all your transactions. A bookkeeper needs to still go in and match your transactions, match your transfers, match your income to make sure that all of the transactions are going to the right account.
Okay. Wow.
That
was a great.
Thank you. Jesus. I've been trying to find a way to explain that for so long.
Perfect. Wow. Laundry hamper.
Yeah.
Laundry folder.
Yeah, exactly. Bookkeeper, QuickBooks.
Yes, okay, yeah. I love that. All right. So for people who get paid as independent contractors, that's the 1099, right? Mm-hmm. Is there a way to stay ahead of tax season?
Absolutely. So if you get paid 1099, one thing I would tell you is that if your job gives you the offer of paying you as an employee mm-hmm. and paying 1099, odds are paying 1099 will be in your favor. I'm going to talk about why, but if you are getting paid $10.99, you should be setting aside 25% of any money that you make, put it in an account that you cannot see, and just leave it there until tax season. Okay, just leave it there.
So 25%.
25% is a good number. Like if you don't have anybody helping you plan tax planning, then 25% is good. Our clients save less because we're helping them proactively with tax planning. But the reason why it's better to get paid as a 1099. So you ready for a scenario?
Yes.
So let's say let's say you're a W-2 employee, you take an Uber to work.
Okay.
You don't get reimbursed for that Uber at all. But if you're a 1099 and you take an Uber to like lunch meetings or work and things like that, use your phone to take personal calls, you are now a walking business. So now you get to deduct all these personal expenses that you're incurring anyway against your income at work and lower your overall tax liability.
All right. So that's a deduction, like phone calls. Okay.
Right.
Ubers.
And these are already like personal expenses that you already incurred.
Right.
So why not get a tax deduction for them? But as an employee, you can't do that. But as a contractor, you can.
Okay. So, but there are situations where you would be offered the choice between the two?
Yeah, because the employer actually saves money if they pay you as a contractor versus an employee. But then you be missing out on. I don't want to leave this out because then you have to get your own health insurance, and then you have to like set your own like retirement plan up, which is all simple stuff. So it makes it, if you're making $100,000 around there or more, it is immensely in your favor to be 1099 instead of W-2.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna have to talk about that another time.
Okay, I didn't
No,
really
that's amazing. Like to again, because a lot of us do have different or multiple roles, like as employees and entrepreneurs. And I think one of my biggest struggles was trying to figure out like the whole health insurance thing. Like, and so it was just like I always felt like I had to be an employee, to make that stuff make sense in my life. But we're gonna come back to that.
Gotcha,
for sure. So what are some productive things that you can do with your refund check?
Okay. Well, before I answer that question, I have a question for you.
Ooh, okay, let's go.
What's the best refund you can get?
What?
This is the first question.
Best refund you can get.
What's the best refund you can get? The tax refund you can get. This is my first class. This is my first question of my master's program tax class. I'll never forget.
Master's program tax class. Yeah. Oh wow. I am floored. I have no idea.
Okay, so the best tax return you can get is zero. Because let me just explain what a tax refund is. Really simple.
Okay.
All a tax refund is the government giving you back money that you overpaid them, that they've held for 12 months and paid you zero interest on it.
Wow.
That's all a tax refund is. So like, people that get happy, like my parents used to get happy. Tax refund time was cracking,
Yeah.
But then, most people don't know that all it is like the government giving you your money back 12 months later. So like if you owe me $10, if I owed you $10, wait, let me get this right. If you owed me $10, right, and you gave me $100, and I gave you $90 back a year later, would you be happy?
Not really.
Yeah,
I'm like, I take it.
Yeah, right. But like that's all a refund is. It's just like they held your money for 12 months and paid you 0% interest on it, and then you got it back. It's like, oh, well, yeah, you could have been investing that money a long time ago.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, I just want to put that on the table before we go celebrating refunds, right? But if you are getting your refund, right, then you should do a few things. You should pay down all your high interest debt. Okay. And like credit card debts can go up to like 25-30%. So you want to pay that stuff off first before you even start investing. And then once you pay all the high interest debt off, you can start building up an emergency fund, and then you can start investing. So it's like chapters.
Wow. Okay. So immediately my mind went to investing. Immediately, but I like that you say that.
That's good, so and the reason is because the stock market average, right, is about 8 to 9% in return on investment. If and it's 9%, but if your credit card's at 25, you can get this 9%, but you'll be still getting hit with this 25% over here. So that's why I say pay the higher credit card interest down.
Oh, okay. Do you have like a philosophy on investing at all? Like, so I'm gonna pay off my high interest credit card debt, but if I have a little bit more money left over and I decide that I want to invest, what would you say to someone who's just getting started and doesn't really know anything about investing?
Start to educate yourself immediately.
Okay.
I think the earlier you start, the better. But here's the problem if you don't educate yourself. We tend to fear what we don't understand. So if you start investing today, and then a month from now your stock drops by 30%, you're gonna probably take your money out. I'm never doing that again. But what you would know is that happens all the time.
Yeah.
That's normal, right? So my thing is, you can start investing early, but you want to educate yourself so you don't get scared into never investing again if something bad happens.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Good to know. So it looks like we have some questions from the audience.
Okay,
all right, let's go.
We have one question about IRAs. Can you discuss in detail the change to the stretch or inherited IRA?
So that's a deep question. Okay. So IRAs are individual retirement accounts, which you can set up on your own. You don't need to have a job to do this, right? You can go to any bank or institution to do this. Now, if you get inherited money from an elder, you can instead of cashing all that money out, because when you take all that money out, you're gonna have to pay tax on that money. So, but I think what the question was asking is that when you inherit money, you could put that into what's called an inherited IRA. Instead of taking the whole $100,000, they'll just pay you small chunks per month to like lower the tax burden over time. I think that answers the question. Yeah, is there another one? Okay, cool. You got more?
Yeah, I kind of wanted to go back to credits and deductions because I'm very fascinated there. What's one of the most surprising tax credits or deductions that most people don't know about?
Well, I won't say the most surprising about the one that just got adjusted up, the child tax credit. So now you used to get $1,000 per child, now you get $2,000 per child. I'm not saying go have kids to like get a tax deduction because obviously kids cost way more money than a tax credit.
Right.
But now you make it $2,000 per child. Another one is the American Opportunity Credit. That is for college students, and I know a lot of college students that say like I don't file taxes. I'm only in college. No, you should. You're missing out on a lot of money. Like the American Opportunity Credit is a huge tax credit to get you more money back as a student. So I hope you're filing the taxes at college. And I told you, like, IRS will not get you up and be like, hey, we owe you money. Like, you know. So just some things like that to think about.
Okay. I hope you guys are really taking this in because I'm really salty right now.
You can always go back and refile them when you have time, but yeah.
Okay. All right, so are there any final pointers for tax season that you would have for our followers?
I think we talked about a lot of the good points as both an employee, as an entrepreneur, because I don't want to dive into the weeds of things, but just don't forget to file, right? Like it's the penalties for not filing or the refund that you could be missing for not filing. I know a lot of people just get scared or women don't do anything.
Yeah. It's
a lot of softwares, TurboTax, QuickBooks, all these softwares that help you literally guide you through filing your taxes. So don't be scared of it.
Don't be scared, y'all. All right. So, how can our followers find you?
Yeah. Well, you can go to my website, which is CofieldAdvisors.com, and I have a free consultation button in there. Or you can go to Instagram, Cofield_advisor. If you click the link in my bio, you see I got a whole bunch of free stuff, a whole bunch of free courses. And the last thing is a course I just launched called MoneyMasterCourse.com. We have a free intro, get your money together course. And then we have a couple paid ones about investing, about debt. We're making one about be your own boss. So I wanted to really give back as much as I can online.
All right, awesome. And are you doing anything locally, any classes or anything like that?
Yeah, so not really. I'll do a lot of traveling this year, so I won't be able to do anything personally. And my thing is it's the winter time in Chicago. People are not trying to come out their house to go listen to financial things. So I'm trying to do a lot more things online so that people can sit in their pajamas and learn about how to get their money together in 2020.
Yes, convenience, y'all. It's convenient.
It's in your lap. You can't say I didn't give it to you. It's in your lap.
Right. So Brianna's going to put all of those links in so you guys can follow Carter all over the place. Again, we have Instagram, Facebook, the website, and then again your course. Can you say the website for the course one more time?
MoneyMasterCourse.com.
MoneyMasterCourse.com.
Really simple.
Yeah. Real simple.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So you guys can continue to ask questions. If we see them later, we can always get back to you. So don't be afraid to ask questions. These are really valuable gems that Carter is sharing with us. So get them in. All right, so that's it. That's all we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing all of this valuable information. Remember, guys, tax season, stay on top of it, stay prepared, and if you need a financial planner, Carter Cofield.
New year, new money, right?
New year, new money. Yes. All right, so thank you guys again, and we hope you have a fabulous weekend. That's all we have. Thank you, guys. Deuces.
Oh, yeah.